30 seconds and counting. The guidance system will go in.
Hello students and welcome to Studio Classroom Worldwide. I'm Rachel and today we have a teacher with us. She's actually a writer and she's going to be teaching with me on Studio Classroom. Her name is Beth.
Thanks Rachel. Hi students, I'm Beth. We're so glad you're studying with us today. And today is January 2nd, the second day of the new year.
And today's article is about a very popular musician. I'm sure you've heard of him, students. He's Lee Hong-won, one of Asia's hottest pop stars.
He sure is, and Lee Hong-won's not only a talented musician, he's also very creative and handsome. I really enjoyed writing this article about him.
I'm sure you did. He's an interesting guy. So students, let's get ready to learn more about Lee Hong-won in today's reading. Open your Studio Classroom magazines to page 12 and follow along.
Lee Hong-won. Meet one of Asia's hottest and most creative musical talents. His screaming fans have filled auditoriums in Singapore, Bangkok, Hong Kong, Taipei, and Tokyo. In March 2006, more than 30,000 fans packed the Taipei Arena for his Heroes of Earth concerts, breaking attendance records. His newest album, Change Me, sold more than 1 million copies on its first day of sale. Lee Hong-won, known for his unique blend of Western hip-hop and traditional Chinese music, is one of Asia's hottest and most influential pop stars. Born May 17, 1976, in Rochester, New York, Wong developed an early interest in music. He started singing at age 3 and, within a few years, learned to play the violin and piano. While most of his family is medically minded, his father and 2 brothers are all doctors, Wong's passion has always been music. Even though he was accepted to several top universities, Wong chose a smaller college and pursued a career in music. Wong's decision proved to be a wise one. After sharing his music with some record producers while on vacation in Taiwan, in 1995, he signed a professional recording contract.
Welcome back, students. Let's get right into our text. In line 1, we read that Lee Hong-won's screaming fans have filled auditoriums in major locations across Asia: Singapore, Bangkok, Hong Kong, Taipei, and Tokyo. Many people in Asia love Lee Hong-won. They are his fans. They support him. And those fans have filled auditoriums across Asia to see him and to hear his concerts.
Now, an auditorium is a room for public meetings or performances. Or it can be the area of a theater or a concert hall where the audience sits. Auditorium
is similar to the word audio, which has to do with sound or listening. So the people in the auditorium listen. The fans who attend Lee Hong-won's concerts listen to him perform.
Are you a fan of Wong Lee Hong? Were you one of the screaming or shouting fans at his 2006 concert in Taipei? In line 3, we read that 30,000 fans packed the Taipei Arena for his Heroes of Earth concerts, breaking attendance records.
That's amazing! That's a lot of fans, 30,000 fans. Now, Beth, in that sentence you just used 2 keywords, arena and attendance. Let's look at arena first. An arena is similar to an auditorium, which we just explained. But an arena is much larger and is in the shape of a circle. An arena is a public space designed for sports events, concerts, and other performances. Many arenas are open air, which means that there is no ceiling on top. So if you're in an arena and it starts raining, then you're going to get wet.
Yes, you might get wet. And the seats in an arena are usually arranged in a circular setting. An arena is quite similar to a stadium.
And at the Taipei Arena, more than 30,000 fans saw Lee Hom-wang perform his Heroes of Earth concerts. And in line 5, we read that the concert broke attendance records.
There's another key word, attendance. Attendance is a noun that refers to the number of people attending an event, or the number of people who are at a certain place. Teachers take attendance at school. They need to keep a list of which students are present and not present. If a student comes to class every day, we say they have perfect attendance.
And do any of you students have perfect attendance? Well, back to Lee Hom-wang. His concert in March 2006 broke the attendance records. That means that more people were in the Taipei Arena than ever before. More than 30,000 fans for those 2 concerts.
Yes, his Heroes of Earth concerts actually broke 6 different attendance records, Rachel. Everybody wants to see Wang Lee Hong perform. Now, students, we also see at the bottom of page 12 that this sentence is one of our usage tips. The phrase breaking attendance records can also be written as the clause which broke attendance records.
That's right. To shorten the sentence, we can write it with the phrase breaking attendance records instead of using the clause. It makes the sentence shorter if you use the phrase instead of the clause. And this is a very common usage, students.
And you can see more examples of this usage in your magazine, students. Moving on, in line 6, we see that Wang's newest album, Change Me, 改变自己, sold more than 1 million copies on its first day of sale. That's a pretty high number for the first day it went on sale.
It sure is. And students, if you would like more information, you can read it in the sidebar about this album, Change Me. So anyway, we know that from Wang's concert attendance and his album sales that he is truly one of the hottest singers in Asia. And by hottest, we mean popular. Although, as you know, the word hot can also be used to describe someone who is very good looking. Anyway, moving on to the next paragraph, in line 9 we read that Wang is known for his unique blend of Western hip-hop and traditional Chinese music.
That's right. Wang Lee Hong has a style all his own. We're going to learn more information about this special musical blend tomorrow. But right now we'll tell you that hip-hop is a music style with rhyming lyrics or lines that was made popular by inner-city youths in America and is very similar to rap music. Now it's very popular all over the world.
It sure is, and it's popular here in Asia too. So I think it's really neat how Wang has taken hip-hop style music and combined it with traditional Chinese music. What a combination, mixing both modern and traditional influences.
Yes, a combination that no other artist has ever done before. I told you Wang Lee Hong was creative.
Yes, he is, and he's not only creative, he's also influential. One of our vocabulary words that we see in line 10. Wang is one of Asia's hottest and most influential pop stars. Beth, what does influential mean?
Well, influential is an adjective that describes someone or something that has influence. Someone who is influential has a lot of power or importance. What an influential person does can affect the way other people think.
And what they do, that's right. So an influential person can change how someone thinks or behaves. And this means Wang has the ability to influence other singers and musicians.
Right, and maybe they'll want to follow his lead and create musical styles like him. Well, students, it's time for us to watch a special video of Wang Lee Hong performing at the World Vision concert in Taipei. And then we'll take a break, so stay with us.
请大家准备好你的尖叫声跟你的热烈的掌声，一起来欢迎我们今天的神秘嘉宾王力宏。
心碎的有点苦，一定能改变。 很高兴能够来到我爸爸的母校，然后跟大家见面，然后参加今天7月30的活动。是今天带来了一首歌，就是这首歌是非常有爱心的一首歌，然后也是希望可以鼓励大家。我想你们已经不需要爱的鼓励吗？给你们爱的鼓励。对，这首歌叫做《改变自己》，然后希望可以透过这首歌鼓励大家。虽然每一个人都是渺小的力量，但是其实一点点改变就可以改变全世界。我想这一点你们大家都已经知道，否则你们不会再做这个7月30，对不对？所以加油！
Welcome back, students. If you've just joined us, we're on page 12 and in line 11. And before the break, we learned that Lee Hom Wong is known for his unique blend of Western hip-hop and traditional Chinese music.
Right, and moving on, we read that Wong was born in 1976 in New York, and he developed an early interest in music. This means he liked music from a young age. He soon learned how to play the violin and the piano in just a few years. In fact, he learned to play the violin when he was only 6 years old.
That's amazing. In line 14, we see that while most of Wong's family is medically minded, Wong's passion has always been music. We can say his family is medically minded because his father and 2 brothers are all doctors.
So, they are medically minded. This is a good phrase to learn, students. In fact, we're going to learn more about it today in the chat room.
Well, Lee Hom Wong is obviously musically minded. Music has been his passion since he was a small boy. Now, if we say about that something is somebody's passion, then it's like an obsession. We can also say that Lee Hom Wong is passionate about music.
But this made him different from the rest of his family. His parents hoped he would become a doctor like his 2 brothers. But Wong always was more interested in music. I think some of our students can probably relate to this, don't you think, Rachel?
I sure do, Beth. Sometimes our parents want us to do one thing, but we want to do something else. Well, I'm glad, personally, that Wong followed his heart and became a musician. But as we see in our sidebar on page 13, Wong was also a very good student.
He sure was. In line 17, we read that he was accepted to several top universities. Now, when I was reading about Lee Hom Wong to write this article, I learned that he was accepted to both Princeton and Yale, which are 2 of the best universities in the U.S. But he didn't go to a top university, did he, Rachel?
No, he didn't. Actually, Wong chose a smaller college and pursued a career in music. And we also learned from the sidebar that Wong was the top student, or the valedictorian, in his high school class, and that he received a perfect score on his SAT, which is one of the college entrance exams in America. So definitely Wong is one smart guy.
Yes, he sure is. You know, we could say he was academically minded in addition to being musically minded. He could have studied at a top university. He could have even studied medicine. But he decided on a smaller college in Massachusetts so he could pursue a career in music.
And that's exactly what he did. This turned out to be a good decision, don't you think, students? In line 1 on page 13, we read that his decision proved to be a wise one. That means after some time passed, it was clear that his decision was very smart.
Yes, he shared his music with some record producers while on vacation in Taiwan in 1995. Now, record producers are people who work at a record company who can decide which artists they will help to produce a CD. The record company helps the singers to make an album and then to sell it.
So those record producers liked what they heard. Wang signed a professional recording contract with them. Now there's our last keyword of the day, contract. A contract is a written agreement between a person and an organization.
Right. A contract is signed to show that someone agrees to do something or not to do something. Wang's contract was to become a professional recording artist. He was agreeing to work with the record company to make a CD.
But there are many other contracts too, students. For example, people often sign employment contracts to show that they agree to work for a company for a certain period of time. Or college students often sign housing contracts before they move into a school dorm.
Good examples, Rachel. So Wang's contract helped him get his music career started. And we're going to learn more about his music career tomorrow.
We sure are, students, so make sure that you join us because we have so much more to talk about. But right now, we're going to watch our review skit for today and then visit Ken and Vicki in the chat room. Don't go away, students. We'll be right back with some review questions.
Well, son, I always thought you'd become a doctor like me.
But Dad, I'm not medically minded. I'm musically minded. You know I've always had a passion for music.
So you decided to become a musician instead of a doctor. Do you think that was a wise choice?
Of course. I love my music, and so do lots of other people.
Do you mean people actually listen to your music?
That's right. I'm very popular. In fact, I'm hot.
Hot? Well, do we need to take your temperature, son?
No, Dad. That just means I'm very popular with the young people. Thousands of people packed out the arena for my last concert.
Wow, I didn't realize you had so many fans. I didn't realize you were so influential.
That's right. I'm making a difference in the minds of many young people.
Well, being a musician is important to you, isn't it?
It sure is, Dad. And I signed a contract so I can have a career in music. Boy, I love music, Dad.
Well, that's nice, but I still think you would have made a good doctor.
Arena. Sporting events, concerts, conferences, and other events take place at this arena. Attendance. Jane had perfect attendance this semester. She was at school every day. Influential. Our class president is very influential. He can help make changes that other students can't. Contract. When Barbara moved overseas to work, she signed a 2-year employment contract.
Hi students, welcome to the chat room. Our teacher today is someone I'm sure you all know very well, Vicki Pettis. Hi Vicki, welcome to the chat room.
Thanks Ken, it's great to be here. It's been a long time since we've worked together on Coffee Corner.
Hasn't it though? Let me just say, it's great to be teaching with you again.
Thank you Ken, the same is true with me. Ken, what do you want to talk about today?
Well Vicki, there was a sentence in today's article that said, Wang's family is medically minded. His father and 2 brothers are all doctors. Now, why does it say medically minded instead of just telling us there are a lot of doctors in his family?
Well, that's a good question, Ken. The word minded comes from the word mind, meaning your brain or the way you think. When we are talking about the way someone thinks or does things, we usually put minded after another word. We can also use it to explain what kind of person someone is.
So in this example, we say Wang Lihong's family is medically minded not because there are a lot of doctors in the family, but because they usually think and act like a group of doctors?
That's right.
Mind 可以表示头脑、心智、智力，所以 medically minded 就是有医学头脑的、喜好医学的。Are there any other words we can use with minded?
Actually, there are, Ken. We could also say a person is absent-minded or narrow-minded.
Now, absent means not here. So if someone is absent-minded, it must mean they're not thinking about what they're doing or not paying attention, as if their mind is not there.
That's correct.
Okay, what about narrow-minded?
Well, we know that narrow means limited or inflexible. So if someone is narrow-minded, then they are not open to the ideas or points of view of others.
So narrow-minded people are not open-minded?
Ah, right. You could also say that narrow-minded people are close-minded. I think you've got it, Ken.
我们可以学几个跟 minded 连用的字 ，absent-minded。absent 是缺席，所以 absent-minded 就是心不在焉。narrow-minded 字面上是心胸狭窄的，也就是指度量小的。同样的 ，close-minded 也是指固步自封，不求进步。
Now let's go to someone I think is quite open-minded, Michelle, for today's language tips.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. 这篇文章第一个重点，我们看 attendance 这个名词。它的动词是 attend，A-T-T-E-N-D， 意思是出席或参加。名词 attendance 是指出席、到场或者是出席的人数。如果到某个地方的出席呢，是用 at 这个介系词。例如 attendance at the school is mandatory， 学校规定一定要按时出席。或者是 the final match attracted record attendance， 决赛吸引了破纪录的出席人数。继续我们看的是 influential 这个形容词，注意它的 t 在这里是发 sh 的音，念成 influential。influential 的动词是 influence，I-N-F-L-U-E-N-C-E， 意思就是影响，所以 influential 是指影响力大的或者具有影响力的。例如 This is the most influential magazine in the fashion world。这本杂志是时尚界最具影响力的杂志。最后我们看的是 contract 这个名词 ，contract 是指合约或契约。例如 ，Our team won the contract with the renowned ad company。我们的团队赢得了一家知名的广告公司的合约。课文中还提到 sign a contract 这个动词片语，意思是签订某种合约。例如 ，The quarterback signed a contract with the Broncos。这位四分卫和野马队签了合约。And thank you for watching today. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, Michelle. Okay, students, it's time to review. Close those magazines and let's see how well you paid attention to today's lesson. Here's a review question for you. Where did Lee Home Wong's concerts break attendance records? A. Singapore, B. Tokyo, or C. Taipei? Do you remember, students? Let's see if Beth knows. Beth, do you remember this one?
I do remember. The answer is Taipei, right?
That's right.
Well, students, here's another one. What two instruments did Wong learn to play first? Think about it. Rachel, do you know the answer?
I think I do. The two instruments he learned to play first were the piano and the violin. Well, students, we hope you have enjoyed today's lesson and that you've learned something new. Maybe you're a big fan of Lee Home Wong like we are, and maybe tomorrow you will even learn something more about his unique style and music.
Until then, students, from all of us in Studio Classroom, we want to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
It's very useful for work or travel, always teaching us something new. We like our teachers and we love the lessons. We just can't wait to study English.
So friends, be sure to listen, tune in, never miss a lesson. Give it a try, Studio Classroom Worldwide.
At Studio Classroom, you'll find a way to broaden your mind. This class is perfect for me and my vocabulary. Make a friend for life, make us your friend for life. At Studio Classroom Worldwide. Your friend for life. Make a friend for life. Make us your friend for life. At Studio Classroom Worldwide.
Studio Classroom Worldwide.